Good morning. It is January the 23rd, Tuesday. I'm Joseph. And this is Greyhound 2208, Silverfieldstoo, STOO, Jab Authentics, Collectibles, and Gifts. Feeling much better today. Yesterday I had a headache like all day. Slight one today, but not real bad. So we've got two orders. One order has got 4 items and it's comics. 4 comic books. So what I'll do is I'll actually carry the iPad up with me because everything's coming from up there. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back and update our map. Okay, so let's go up here. I hope everyone's doing well. I started listing yesterday a little bit. I didn't get my entire goal done, but here I'll show you where we're at. So you can see my first day for my goal was yesterday as far as listing, because my per day goal Monday through Saturday is going to be $500 with 20 items. And you can see right now, as of yesterday I did 10 items for $629.91, and that is for the listing price too. So like I said, that's my goal of listing 520 items. I only got to 10 items yesterday, but we'll get on track today. And I'm thinking, just so I can keep up with where I'm at on the week, maybe I put this down. Maybe I do like a running weekly total too underneath. I haven't decided yet, but that way I can see where I'm at on the week as we're going. Because total for the week, if we're doing 20 items, is 6 days a week. That's 120 items, and then $500 times 6 is 3,000. As long as my math's right. But then that we can kind of keep track on where I'm at, and then maybe I can make up some of the quantity, because the dollar amount, I definitely have to meet that each time. But I don't know, I guess, like I said, that way for the week. Because total for the week, what we want to do is have $3,000 listed with 120 items. So right now we're kind of behind the 8 ball. We're only at 10 items, but we are ahead on the dollar amount. So we'll jump on that today. So I am going to go over here. Oops. I guess I flip this way, and we're gonna pull orders in here. Okay, so the first order is box 1, and it's a PlayStation 2 SX Tricky. So we're gonna go over here, box 1. I was trying to remember, why is this in a separate box? Like, why did I put that one in here? That's really weird. This must be one that I had. Yeah, I think it must be. Yep, there it is. SSX Tricky. And that's PlayStation 2. We still have SSX in here. One lonesome thing is totes. Got a few things missing, so that's good. We always like when totes get empty, right? Because that means we're selling stuff. Okay, so this SSX Tricky sold for $24.99 plus shipping. All right, now we've got these 4 comics from the same customer. Total for all 4 comics, so that way I'm not, well, I'll show you after, I guess. Total is $13.96 for 4 comics. I'll just tell you now. It looks like that one was $4.99. That one, well, why? That's showing the same thing. Oh, there we are. Oh, okay. Perfect. Actually, this is a way I can pull them. This is great. I just learned something. If on the order details item, if you actually click once someone's paid for all of them together and you click on the item itself and then scroll down, it'll show each individual item with the custom label spot too. That's really awesome. Okay, so that's how we'll pull these. Okay, so the first one is box 3, number 95. So here we are, box 3. Oh, look at that. What's the odds of that? I actually opened up to it. Okay, there it is. Box 3, number 95. It's Punisher and Captain America, Blood and Glory. And that sold for $4.99. It's the first one. All right, next one is box 3. Oops, I'm showing you the wrong thing. Box 3, 107. I thought I was showing you me. Box 3, 107. Oh, I didn't quite open up to it exactly that time, but it was close. All right, here we are, 107. And this is the Punisher Warzone. And that's the number 1. Okay, so that one sold for $2.99. Okay, next one is, I'm showing you the other way and not me too again. The other one is, still box 3, 102. Let's see. Oh, almost. There it is, 102. Okay, and this is Punisher, the War Journal, 2-bend, 1 parachute, no joke. Okay, and that one sold for $2.99 plus shipping. And then we have one more comic on this order. We're still in box number 3. This time it's number 103. And there it is. Oops, grab 2. All right, 103. There we go. All right. So there it is, the Punisher War Journal, honed for Christmas. Excuse me, that one sold for $2.99. So this customer is a repeat customer. So thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. He actually paid before I was able to send him the combined invoice. So what I'm gonna do on here, because it charged him $27.80 shipping, and this is more than likely gonna be, I would say around $9, something like that, because it has to go Ground Advantage, and it's probably gonna be, with the 4 books and the box and everything, probably like a pound, 4 ounces, something like that, somewhere in that range. Because I think with 1 comic, it's like 13 ounces. So we'll see, but I'll test it, see what it is, and then I'll refund Adam some money on the shipping. Customers don't ask, and I don't know how you guys feel on the combined shipping. I think I've talked about this before, but I like giving customers back the money if they've overpaid on shipping. Like in that instance, I mean, that is just, that's a lot, you know? So I know he paid, and I put it in there to wait for a combined invoice before paying, just because it makes it a little bit easier for me. But, you know, if it's convenient for the customer to just pay and they don't care, then I'm gonna refund them. I even have that in my options too, just saying if you overpay, then I'll refund you. But I just think that's the right thing to do. And I think customers really appreciate it and will come back, because my goal isn't to make money off of you on shipping. My goal is, I'm pricing my item accordingly, so when I sell my item, that's what I wanted to get for it. Shipping, I just want to cover the cost of shipping, and then also the supplies, the box or the bubble wrap or the tape or the ink or the paper. You know, there's a lot associated with that. So some people get upset and think, well, you charged me $1.25 shipping and it only cost you $1.11. And that's one example. Like with cards, I had a gentleman that had messaged me asking why I charged him more than what the shipping was. But you know, I have to buy the little mailer that goes in, which is roughly when you figure in that, my thank you card and the label and the ink, and that's probably more than $1. So I'm definitely not making money on shipping, but I just want to try to absorb some of the supplies cost, because I realize that supplies are part of running a business, right? But at the same time, I like to keep my prices competitive, and then on the shipping aspect of it, I do calculated shipping, because in different parts of the country it's different. So, and that's another thing, like where some people like the flat rate. I don't like flat rate, just because why should someone that's 2 hours from me pay the same amount of shipping as someone that is like in Oregon or something, like far away, that's gonna cost more. So I just try to make sure, and it's not that you're being penalized because you are farther away, but it's just the reality of the situation, because it does cost more. So most people, though, for the most part, I think my shipping is very fair. So occasionally I get some people that will ask why it's more than what the shipping price, like on the label, because they might pay $6 shipping and then it costs $5.60 to ship, and I'm like, well, that 40 cents helps go towards the package and the materials, and that's why it's called shipping and handling, right? And that's not even a factor in your time that you do for it, right? That's just for materials. So I'm not even taking into account time. All right, so let's see where we're gonna update our map here. Let me get my pen. So we've got, even though the one is 4 items, I'm only gonna count it as one because it is one order. So I've got 2 orders today, and let's go ahead and get into that. So the SSX Tricky, click on that. I don't want to show my customers information. Okay, so this one, SSX Tricky, thank you, Austin in Colorado. So we are going to update Colorado. Let's see how my geography is, right? I believe that's Wyoming, I think, so that would make this Colorado. I'm pretty sure. I think this is Colorado. All right, so we're gonna go 1. Colorado's on the map. Okay, and then even though we have a repeat buyer, we're still gonna mark it because it's another order. So Adam, thank you. And that is Virginia. So Virginia goes to 2. And we know who those 2 were, right? Thanks, Adam. All right, so that's our map. So California is still way out in front with 7. So we'll see if we can keep filling up this map and see if anybody can catch California, any states. So it's just something a little fun I'm doing. All right, let's pack these up. That's SSX Tricky order and 4 comics. Get these packed up. Here we are, and I'm gonna go ahead, I'll probably run these to the post office, because this one, the comics, it's too big to fit in my mailbox. I've got a bigger mailbox, I just need to set it up out there, so, which will be great. And then also, we're on the backup drivers. So for example, my driver didn't show up last night till 8:15. So, and those packages, I had a package I had to send out, a personal package yesterday. When I looked, it still hasn't been scanned in. So I don't know, when these backup drivers are going with the post office, it's so unreliable on whether things get scanned, and I don't know, it's very frustrating. So I'll probably just drive to the post office and take these. All right, I'll see you guys in the morning. Hello, it's Joseph, and it is Wednesday, January 24th. We've got 3 orders today, all cards. So we'll pull these boxes down. I'll try to do it with one hand real quick. If it takes too long, I might switch up And then we'll see where each one's from. So we've got a multiplayer, Cano, and all right, so we're gonna pull in this first box. And then we'll pull them out here. All right, so the first card that we're gonna pull is, oh, you know what? I don't think it's in this one. It's Robinson Cano. You don't see it because it's a thick one. I think that's in up there under my currently graded ones. All right, so we'll pull that. Okay, so the next one is Zach Dysert. And this one is from 2013 Panini Prism. You see when it's one hand, it takes a little bit longer searching for the cards. There we go, it's right there. Okay, so this is the first one. It is a Zach Dysert. I think it says his name, but it's a orange Prism die cut hollow, and it's numbered 29 of 50. And that, oops, that sold for $3 plus shipping. And we'll update the calendar here in a second. Okay, then we gotta, or not, I keep calling it a calendar, but the map, not the calendar. We'll update the map here in a minute with these three. All right, so then this is a multiplayer. Slide these back here. And it is the 0102 UD Inspirations. There's one, but that's not the one. There we go. We need that one. Come on. There we go. Yeah, doing this with one hand is definitely a lot more challenging, and it's probably not as appealing to the eye. So I need to, whenever I start getting more than just one, let's pull it down. Here is this one, and this is a 2001-2002 UD Inspirations, Eddie Griffin and Lamar Odom, and it's a dual on-card autograph, and it is Griffin's rookie card, and it's numbered 7/13 of 11/49, and that sold for $12.49 plus shipping. And then we'll pull down the Robinson Cano, which I think here, because it's in like a thicker case, I believe. Alright, why am I not seeing this Robinson Cano? This is a little worrisome, unless I put it in one where I have packs, but I think I did that. This one I have marked as packs on eBay. Maybe I stuck it in this one. No, I did not. How am I missing a card? There's no way this is happening. Did I? Oh man, okay. I don't know what has happened here. That makes no sense to me. But this is the card sold it for $20. And it's the Robinson Cano rookie card refractors, the uncirculated. Alright, I'm gonna have to pull down these boxes and look through again. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It actually was in the box I thought it was in. It's actually right here. I forgot. I had left it in the little pack. So there it is. Still in the little pack that it came in. So that sold for $20. I panicked there for a second, and then it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. I remembered seeing that. So there we go. And the story on that one is actually I just picked up another one that should be here for long, but I got it for $5. So you know, I already sold this one for $20. So So that other one surely will turn its turn. So let's get our map. Let me get my pen here. We'll update our map and our orders. Okay, so here we go. We've got 3 orders to do. So this one for the Eddie Griffin Lamar Odom. Thank you to Jason for that. And he is in New York. So New York now goes to 3. Okay, and then the Zach Dysert. That is thank you to Clay. And Clay is in Ohio. So Ohio gets on the map. We don't have one yet for Ohio. I think it's Ohio. Yeah, that's Ohio, right? Watch me mess up these and then you guys can make fun of me. All right, and then the Robinson Cano, which I guess I could take it out so you can see it, but it's a beautiful card. It looks really, really good. That's a, you know what I just realized? I think the one I got, it's a different refractor than this one. I'm thinking, I don't know, but it's a beautiful card. Okay, that one, thank you to Robert. And Robert is in Connecticut. So we've got Connecticut on the board, which I need to make sure I'm looking at the camera too. Connecticut is this one. So Connecticut's on the board with 1. All right, perfect. Well, there we are. Let's get these 3 packed up, and then we're gonna run them to the post office today. There we go. And I can't remember if I told you guys or not that I had one of these eBay standard envelope mailers come back the other day. I think it's the 2nd time that's happened. The first time it came through saying the thickness was too thick, and I just took that sticker off, wrote on there thickness met requirements, and sent it off, and it went through. But this is the first time it came back with postage due, and it was saying rigid. Here, let me pull it up. Actually, I got it over here. Well, thought I did. Oh no, here it is. Had it over here because it said, this is what it says. It says rigid partial 418 more. So of course, you know, this is, and they opened it too, and you know, the card's still in there, and they put it back in the mailbox, and actually put it back in the neighbor's mailbox. So I went to the post office and I spoke with the guy about this, and this postmaster here is clueless, and the guy at the counter was clueless, so they'd never heard of it. And I said, look, I've sent hundreds of these. So there's millions that are shipped by eBay. All, you know, and it's been a program that's been around since, I think it started like in 21, may have been 2020. It's been, I know it's been out a long time. Actually, maybe it was 2020, maybe even before that. But so I was wondering if anybody else is having that issue. So I'm gonna send it back out again and see if it goes. It actually already filed the insurance on it and everything too, because it got lost and then it came back here. So I don't know, super weird. I'll let you guys know what happens. All right, off to the mail or the post office I go. Okay, so I just realized that I forgot to share with you my listings for yesterday, so I can show you I did not meet my number of item, but I did meet my dollar amount. So as you know, my goal is 500 per day with 20 items. Yesterday I got 13 items for $2,082.87. So that's what I've got for my listings, and I'm working on today's now as well, and getting ready for this knee surgery I have to have on Monday. So all right, well, Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the morning.